Over the years at Gratitude Network, we've worked with a lot of entrepreneurs who have impacted teachers globally. In this episode of Journey of Gratitude, you'll meet Jyoti Thyagarajan, who is the founder of Meghshala Trust based in Bangalore, India. And Jyoti has figured out how to use technology to impact tens of thousands of teachers across India. She figured this out after coming through the Gratitude program and thinking about how to scale up her organization. Here she is.
I'm Jyoti Thyagarajan. I was a Gratitude Fellow in the middle of 2015. I'm the founder trustee of Meghshala Trust. I grew up in Bangalore. My grandfather, my grandmother, my parents were all around me. Their only desire was to make me get where I wanted to go in education. It is not common for girls at that time to be a scientist to start with, and I wanted to do high energy physics. And my father didn't blink an eye when I said this is what I wanted to study. He just smiled and said, sure, let me go and find out where you can go. It turned out that the only place that had high energy physics was St. Joseph's College, which was a completely boys' college. So I was the only girl in an entire boys' college. 4 years later, I graduated with a high energy physics Bachelor of Honors degree without a single opening for high energy physics, leave alone an opening for a woman in high energy physics. But something happened in the middle of all this. I met this absolutely gentle person that I wanted to spend the rest of my life with, and the two of us decided to travel, and we went to Africa. While we were in Africa, I noticed that every second class government school class did not have a teacher in it. And I thought, I could be useful here, especially to teach science. And that's pretty much what brought me from high energy physics into standing up in front of a classroom. And I can tell you, it's much more difficult to stand up in front of a classroom than it is to switch high energy physics. Teachers in the pecking order of respect were right at the bottom, which is an odd thing because teachers are the ones that make or break children. And given that this was happening, how do you correct it was something that just flummoxed me. The number of kids were huge. The number of teachers were very small. How do you correct this? And while I was hassling with this, the cell phone network came in. I got ideas from that. Computers came in. I got ideas from that. So a compilation of various technical advances could be slammed together to form a social need, to answer a social need. And in the end, it worked out into becoming what Meghshala finally became, a technical solution to a crucial human problem. So Meghshala was born in 2013 in dribs and drab. Meghshala Trust is an initiative that actually teaches teachers how to be effective and riveting teachers standing up in front of a classroom. When we first started, it was a small gang of rebellious good teachers that wanted to teach a whole world of teachers that needed upskilling. Did it work? Not in the beginning. Did it work in the end? Oh yes, it did. We started with 6 schools in 2013. Remember, this was just before the whole world fell to a little virus. And then in no time at all, the number of teachers that began to look at Meghshala grew to 10,000, 15,000, 20,000, We took on whole states. We did the whole state of Delhi. We did the whole state of Sikkim. We did the whole state of Karnataka. So in huge steps, we were able to raise the number of teachers that came under our wing. The aspect of Gratitude Network that I enjoyed the most was this. They were never so esoteric that they were unable to reach. They were just a little ahead of where I was, so it seemed like a small jump to make to be at their level. And in this kind of way, in tiny, tiny steps, they cranked up my ability to handle new problems, new ideas, entrepreneurship, all of these, which normally would make you very lonely, became a learning playground in my mind, and it was effective. To give you a sense of the numbers, we have 1.5 million primary schools that is run by the government in India today. My hope is that I cover all 1.5 million schools with Meghshala as a reference point, which means they're not following it slavishly, but they are looking at it when they need to sharpen their lessons to become better lessons. I have to say, what inspires me the most is the shine in a kid's eye. That sounds almost romantic, but it isn't, because kids have a different way of expressing when they're completely transfixed by a new piece of learning. It's the purest form of joy that I have seen, and that really fires me up. I'm on a journey to make sure that equitability is the one thing that you would like to bring into your life.